Oh, my name's Fox 978, and I'm a Fox. Echo's still going to be here for a minute, so apologies. But a little bit ago, during my move and everything, and waiting on my computer, I was able to watch some shows. One of those shows being Kid Cosmic, season 3. I like the first 2 seasons, and I heard this was coming out. I'm like, great, cool. God, the echo in here. But in any case, how should I put this? I like this season a lot. It does, however, feel definitely I'm trying to think. Whereas season 1, it was like, okay, here's the end. Here's the end. Oh, cool, big thing. Building out even further. It's like, oh, hell yeah. This season, it felt less like, okay, season 3, and more like a continuation of season 2. I don't mean that it's a bad thing, but it is something along the lines of until maybe the second episode. I think around the second episode. I'm trying to. No, I think first episode. I kind of called it what's happening, because at the end of season 1, it was okay. They destroyed the planet killer, and all the stones fell to Earth, and now then the Powerpuff Girls come in, which they're literally the Powerpuff Girls. Come in and say, hey, you wanna help with we want you guys to join us. I'm like, all right, cool, I'm excited. But he's I think towards the first episode, maybe second, you kind of immediately tell okay, something's off. So go watch the show, FYI. But I'm gonna spoil some stuff. Sorry. God, does it sound that bad on this? I hope it doesn't. But in any case, so I kind of watching it, I kind of thought, okay, I think I kind of know where this is going a little bit. I knew something was off with certain things, and like when I think it was Papa G. Is it? Yeah, Papa G. Sorry, I'm getting names wrong. When Papa G kind of I'm like, okay, there's something up here. And I can't remember exactly what it was. That it just felt off. Although I will say, there are some cool things about this that I really like. And it also, I think, kind of hints at the idea of, this city that's full of villains and stuff like that. There's one guy that kind of looks like Lex Luthor. There is at one point, I forgot, it was... Damn, hold on. Big Boss, yeah, bad guy Big Boss looks like Lex Luthor. Periodic Planet instead of the Daily Planet even has the whole Daily Planet symbol. There's a car that's kind of like the team's Batmobile, because they become Earth's heroes or something like that. They have a car that's like the Batmobile, but it also talks, which just so happens to kind of talk like this, going Excelsior. And I'm like, okay, it's Stanley, or well, it's not Stanley, but you know what I mean. It's a reference to Stanley. I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. It's kind of hinting at very the comic book esque feel of all that. And I'm like, all right, that's cool. And it's probably hinting at, because later on we find out that all the stories that are kind of happening, no one can really lose. It was, I think, when Tuna Sandwich, I can't remember his name. Damn, I'm forgetting names. The cat, where he always had which I never really noticed, that his ability is kind of spider sense. He never sensed any danger when bad things happen. It's because they were never in danger, and it's because it's all an illusion. It was all some kind of an illusion world that was happening. Love the superhero names. Oh yeah, because the superhero names, they were pretty cool. The guy with 4 arms, who's I think it was named Quarter Pounder. There was Fast Fry or something like that. I can't remember that. They actually had really cool names. I'm sorry, I'm blanking on said names. There's some really cool names for everyone. They already had Portal Girl, Multi-Man, all that stuff. But yeah, there's a character that's invisible, and I think they called him Invisibill at one point, and I'm like, hey, Danny Phantom. Love the dog. Oh yeah, Invisible Dog, which kind of just disappeared. I'm just kind of sad about that. There was even some cameos because was it like there were things that were happening like, oh, since you guys are superheroes now, let me show you all the people that could play you as actors that can play you in your own hero Marvel MCU films. And one of them was Max from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, which I'm like, all right, that's kind of cool. And also, now that I think about it, is probably kind of hinting at this imaginary world that is cooked up, so that they're kind of trapped in. Which I was like, okay, that's actually kind of cool. There's like Sam Elliott. I think it was Sam Elliott as well as another guy, Sam Elliott and Jeff Bridges to play Papa G. At one point, I'm like, all right, that's kind of cool. Ancient Egypt statue had massive hips. Oh my god, it did. Children of potatoes instead of children of the corn. There's a lot of cool things in this, and like basically it turns out that this whole world is actually fake. It was created by what is his name? They're Thanos. Whatever the hell their Thanos was. Pamela Hades, aka Wonder Woman. Pamela Hades. Why does that sound familiar? I was like one of the bad guys, I think. Or Speed Demon, aka The Flash. Oh yeah, because that was some of the Amazing Myth. Dr. Conundrum, aka Doctor. Oh right, because they were going through the comics. So basically, they find out Joe and Papa G kind of find out immediately. Okay, we're trapped in some kind of illusion world that's created by kids' comics, and basically kind of giving them everything they want. Papa G says, we should let this happen because he wants, kid to see his parents again because it's one of the comics. But Joe says that's just going to make it worse. And Papa G's right, and basically it's him kind of fighting like whether he should or should not do this. Like tell kid that this is this whole world is fake. While Joe tries to figure out how they got stuck there and their way out. Thanatos, was that his name? I feel like that was his name. Thanatos the Destroyer. Speed Demon. Yeah, basically they're stuck in this illusion world. And this is very much where Season 1 was Kid's story, Season 2 was Joe's story, Season 3 is kind of more Papa G's story, which I like, but what was it? They also kind of hint at certain things in this illusion world, like a 14th stone, whenever that is, when you find Papa G as a kid, which also I want to bring that up in a minute, but so basically they find out that they were thrown into an illusion world by Thanatos. I think that was his name. Is his name Thanatos? Hold on a second. Thanatos. Oh, Thanatos, yeah. The Amassor, because oh yeah, that's cool. I didn't realize that was his name. But anyways, Thanatos used when they sent them through an illusion portal or whatever. It was actually sent them through a portal, I think, to Earth. It was actually an illusion world because it turns out Joe's powers and those illusion powers can actually do that. So sent them to there, and they basically had to. They then basically Kid had to basically... First off, Kid was going towards the end where he was going to meet his parents as well as find the 14th stone, because it turns out the organization, the PPG, are evil, whatever the hell. And so Kid basically runs there. Papa G's like, no, Kid, stop. After he finally figures out, this is bad. Goes to try to stop him. The Powerpuff Girls try to fight it, which I really like because they had the levitation stone, the same one that Kid has, and they fly around and kind of fight like the Powerpuff Girls. And I'm like, all right, you see them the din din, they pretty much. It was like, all right, I like this. But anyways, fighting. Eventually, Kid makes it, finds his parents, and they said, we just need to make sure you are worthy. And Papa G's like, wait, no, hold on a minute, no, Kid is. That is the most awful freaking thing you do. And you kind of get more of also backstory on Kid and Papa G, where when you can also see where Kid's parents died, I think in a car crash. I think that's how it was. They died, and Kid went with Papa G. Kid hated living there, wanted to leave. It's all done through this very heartbreaking montage. Kid leaves. But then eventually comes back after before Papa G bakes a bike for him after Kid was trying to make one. and then Kid leaves, but then eventually he comes back and they hug and he says, "Welcome home." It is tear jerking. It really is. I got teary eyed, but this season was very much about Kid and Papa G, and like basically they just need to ask like, "I want to leave the illusion world," and Kid and the illusion goes, "Okay, lets them go." Lets them go, and it's good. It's cool. Like they go, they appear, and then it turns out Thanatos is still alive, along with the planet Herodias. Herodias. But Herodias. That's the one time the Echo Ricks. Herodias. But in any case, Herodias. But anyways, yeah, it turns out they're all still alive. Which again, like to me, this feels more as a continuation. Obviously, everyone gets hit because they were in the middle of space by the teleporting purple alien. She brings them to like a planet. Everyone's like thinking like, well, we just make a world here and just give up at this point. And Rosa's the one that has to go no, and basically brings the little people, and they go to Herodias, steal back like gems, and bring back like, look, here's your stones of power, because they didn't have them anymore because he got lost, and they were able to get everything back. They then went to fight Herodias as well as Thanos. Also, I'm skipping over some things. I want to not make these too long anymore. But gets to Herodias, and again, like it is like, okay, we kind of see them defeated, but I guess it wasn't really them. And also, it would make sense because the planet at this point, or the planet in season 2, I'm like, didn't have all these powers, and like they kind of just easily defeated it. And I guess that kind of made sense. I'm like, okay, fine. But what was it? What happened in this? They fight Herodias. Oh, they fight Thanatos. Thanatos really who uses the teleport or the Mind Stone to take Herodias to Earth, is going to try to destroy Earth. The galactic heroes appear, hold it back, and stuff like this. And also, like, a little bit earlier, I can't remember, what is it? I think he was talking to Joe, or I forgot who Papa G was talking to, that he goes, one time, back in my olden days, when my parents moved to this new frontier, I'm like, the hell? And like even like when he shows him as a kid, like in like a wood cabin in the woods and all this stuff, and like old clothing, I'm like, how old is Papa G? Because he looks like he's from like the day settlers came to America kind of thing. And then like basically he shows how he goes to the top of a mountain, finds a cool shiny stone, falls down the mountain, breaks his leg, all this stuff. He's like, and I only survived because I had my lucky stone. And they're like, but none of that would have happened if you didn't go for the stone. And then it turns out, like, we get, like, backstory, like, oh, yes, Herodias was actually a planet where you would go to heal, but something happened, it got destroyed, its last piece flew away, and so the soul of Herodias kept eating planets and asteroids and started destroying things, becoming the giant black thing you had before, but it looking for its one piece that could heal it. And just turns out that is the thing that Papa G had around his neck for however long. Like, Papa G, how old are you? And they're like, 115. And she's like, like, and I'm like, oh, I called it without even thinking about it, huh? I'm like, all right. And then basically, a few things. One, let me go over the notes real quick just to make sure I got mostly everything. One, Chuck got more to do in this, which I liked. Powerpuff Girls. How old is Papa G? He probably found the 14th stone when he was a kid and wears it as a luck charm. Nina Cosmic. Oh yeah, Nina Cosmic was freaking great. When everyone gives up and even Kid like puts off his costume and Rosa takes in, flies away. Rosa is able to get the stones easily. Apparently, 3 Thanatos design is epic. Oh yeah, season 3 Thanatos was pretty freaking cool. Like you see him like in this new armor, but it has like all of the stone wielders on his chest and the hole inside. I'm like, that looks really badass. Like, it really does. It looks cooler than season 2. When it's also like, we're like, oh yes, like, now you see as our planet dies. And I'm like, alright, that's kind of badass. But basically, first off, he dies kind of horribly because he kind of just gets sucked into this portal of like goo by Herodias, like of goo, just gets sucked in there and drowned. Papa G has to sacrifice his stone and throws it into the thing to heal Herodias, which then like kills it as well as like all the other stones. Well, not kills it, but like it allows him to move on, and also lets all the other stones, I guess, to move on, plants to move on. But also, it looks like Papa G is dead, and like I won't spoil too much about it. It is very heartbreaking at the very end. I did like get a little bit teary eyed. The heroes give up, like kind of bury the stones, that what's left of them. The government comes and says, "Here's a check for like $10 million to rebuild," but you don't do this. You don't tell anyone about this. And basically, Kid seems like he's in denial about it at one point, like during like the grand opening of the restaurant again. Everyone is there, but Kid kind of comes in. He's like, "This is all an illusion or fake or whatever," because and like it looks like he wants to be the superhero again. He wants all his powers again, and it turns out like no, he's like, "I can't believe you all agreed that you would keep this quiet and not talk about all our friends in space or like make it to where nobody knows about this place." And basically Chuck and everyone like pitches in and makes a satellite and surprises Kid when they have him press the button on the jukebox, which sends a message out to space and just calls in all their friends from around the world. And it I like that kind of idea where it wasn't Kid like trying to regressing. It was more along the lines of, you're really just gonna cut ourselves off from everyone up there and this Earth from everyone else. And I'm like, all right, I like that. Like, don't hide that stuff. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I like that. The season was fun. It is a cool ending to it, a good send off. It does feel a bit wonky with like the illusion world. Like it feels the illusion world, and it turns out, oh no, the bad guy that we thought we'd be last time is actually still alive. It feels a little wonky there. Like if that wasn't the original plan, it wouldn't have surprised me. But it was cool. Like I think my only issue, and I say this is more along lines again of this feels more like a continuation of season 2 rather than its own season, because this obviously just finishes the story of season 2, where season 1 it's like, okay, it feels like, okay, there's a beginning and end of that season, now onto the next adventure. This is all just the same adventure, just with the like time they get stuck in an illusion thing, like extended for like I think 2 or 3 episodes, 4 episodes maybe, 2 or 3 episodes. So nothing wrong against that, but it is kind of the idea where like we're not getting really more. The only really building or more like world building or more info that we get about this world or that's kind of new is that Herodias was a planet that healed instead of a planet that destroyed. Kind of looked like Krypton. But yeah, I like the season. It was fun. I like the little nods to comic books of the past, like Speed Demon is like the Flash comic when they're trying to look for a way out. There's like a Wonder Woman one I said a little bit ago. Man, I can't remember where the hell it was. Invisible, Danny Phantom. Biker Mech is a Transformer. Oh yeah, the Biker Mech at one point, because the biker guy comes back and he's riding in a Transformer. Pamela Hades, aka Wonder Woman. Speed Demon, aka The Flash. Amazing Myths, which is what? Amazing Stories, was it? It's one of like the original, like I think Marvel or DC Detective Comics. Doctor Conundrum for Doctor Strange. Then there's My Neighbor Totoro reference when Joe teleports at one where she's trying to escape, as well as they had the Powerpuff Girls flying like Powerpuff Girls. How was Papa G? Nina Cosmic. They poke fun at flat earthers, yeah, because one boy's like, maybe we run so fast we'll get off the center of the earth. And like, the earth's not flat! I'm like, okay, that's kind of funny. But, yeah, the season was fun. I liked it. Again, it got me teary-eyed towards the end, definitely. It was cool. Again, my only real gripe with it is that it didn't feel like a season 3. It felt just like a continuation, where, yeah, like, I'm going to say, like, you know, if I watch Avatar: The Last Airbender, I'm not going to say, like, oh, yeah, like, like I think the difference is like Avatar. Obviously, since that's a running story between all 3 seasons, it's building more on top of everything as well as giving more info. Where this was kind of like, all right, same bad guy, same everything. This happens, and then same bad guy, same everything. And it's like it kind of did a loop. It didn't really add more to it, but it was still good. It was still good. I liked it. Like, yeah, I don't know. I liked it. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. I also do like how when Thanos gets thrown into this illusion world, at one point he's like, wait a minute, my mom doesn't like me. And that's how he escapes. He's like, get me out of here. I'm like, that's kind of funny. Papa G is awesome. I like that. I like how this story, again, is more Papa. This is more focused a little bit more on Papa G and everyone else. So that was cool. But yeah, tell me what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Again, if you go check out the names for the characters, I will say, because they were pretty freaking fun. And like really smart. I just don't remember them, sadly. But tell me what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Share videos, and we will see you later. Man, this is great.